Alright, what's good, y'all? What's good? Riding the Fandoms here, back with another tutorial when it goes to Linux and gaming because I understand for y'all, moving from Windows to Linux can be a bit of a challenge, especially when you're looking for something better. Now, of course, we have another adjustment to get through. I already did it with the CMU emulator. I did it with a couple other things as well, but this one is a little different. This one's for the Palworld situation. Say if you want to run a Palworld server, if you have one up from Windows using the Admin program, we have something a little different here that I'm now going to show you. So we have a thing here that is called the Admin, the Automated Deployment Management and Installation Nexus. So we're going to be using this in order to get our Palworld server from Windows up and running. Now, if you're new to this, I would still say pay attention to this, just in case. But if you are just trying to migrate over from the Palworld server you had previously over to Windows, this is mainly what this is for. But at the same time, you can still follow with how I'm going to do this. So basically, we're going to scroll down and we're going to read a bit. Of course, it says here for Windows, of course, compatibility, Windows 10, blah blah blah. Installation. It says here this is where we really want to pay attention to, mostly. But I will say this is also important. If you are on Linux, you see here if you are on Linux, this is important. If you're on Linux, you go over here to the releases on the top on the right hand side, and you download this right here. Do not download these other two because it does not matter. Download this one right here, and then put it somewhere in your file area. And then after that, we'll be able to try to get this up and running. Now, the way that this goes is way different from how Admin did from Windows, so you're definitely gonna have to have an adjustment period. Now, it says from the installation here, we choose the version that we choose, and of course, you create an empty directory from where you want to put the folder from where you want it to go. So it says use a default directory in the installer. Users installing elsewhere may have some experience some issues. Now that's just from Windows. Now when it goes to here on Linux, you put it as home $home, and you make a folder that's called Palworld Dedicated Server. So give me a minute. I should have mine up here just to show you. Here it is right here. See, Palworld Dedicated Server. And of course, you has all the stuff like that in here, for Palworld to get it to work. So for me, I already got steps 1 and 2 done out the way. Now it says if you're a Windows user, it must not be in a known folder. Just in case, same thing. If you're a Linux user, just follow the directions, put it in home, and put it in dedicated Palworld server, and then after that you'll be fine. Now it says download the latest versions from releases and place it in the directory you put it in step 2. So basically, when you download it, you put it right here. You take the file, and you take whatever that's in there, and you drag it, and you put it right here. And then after that, it says to download. And I'm sorry. After that, it says to run the application. So the way, of course, that we run it from here is you go to your terminal, like right here, our terminal. You go to your terminal, and then you take the file that's in the Palwadmin Linux, you take it, and then you put it over here. And then that's when I would say you run it, but this is what happens when you try to run it straight up. When you try to run it straight up, it'll go ahead and have all this stuff up here and have the error and blah 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 stuff up here. And it says non-Windows operating system requires -RP and -MP, MP flags CH. So what do they mean by this, right? So basically, what they're talking about with this, let's go ahead and drag this back over. I'm sorry, let's go ahead and drag this back over. What they mean by this is you put down -R space -MP, and then what you do, that last part, just, this last part right here, this space right here, is you put down a password. Okay? This is what's very important. You put down a password, and then after that, is basically for like the admin server, just so you could try to get it to work, and you can run, what you want to run. Otherwise, this will not work. Nothing will happen. Nothing will pop up. So luckily for me, just to really show this, I made sure to do myself the favor of copying whatever it was that was there. Like right here. Luckily for me, I did it on my Discord. So you see how it looks. Home, right in the Phantom, Palworld dedicated server, Pal admin Lux, -R, -MP, and then that's my password. So when you run it, you won't have the error anymore, and everything will pop up. Now you would think, okay, we now have our Palworld server up, right? And yes, I will be changing the password to this, so don't even try it. Just in case, because even though I'm doing this for tutorial purposes, there's a chance that anyone could come and look at this video and think, oh, okay, let's try to fuck up his server. No, you're not going to be able to, because it's going to be a completely different password when this is all said and done. So basically what you do from here, after you have this up, you have to keep this up, okay? Because if you don't, it's not going to work. So what you do is you copy the link, or better yet, you just, you go ahead and you click on the link there where it says, okay, manage the server by visiting blah, 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 this, or server's IP. So we'll click on it. That didn't work. That's fine. If that didn't work like that, we'll try this another way. This is what's supposed to pop up. Or -admin or /admin. If it doesn't have the admin there, then it won't work. So this is the password used to the command line to launch Palworld admin. And then there you go. You have everything up. Now, if you're trying to migrate over, let's start from there, because you think, okay, that's going to be the first thing to do immediately, and I don't blame you. The first thing you do with this is you go to restore import server data. So if you have moved over from Windows to Linux and you still have your PAL server stuff, you still have your Palworld server stuff, drag it over from that one hard drive or whatever it is that you have it at, and put it over there. And then, like I have here, where it says, let's say it should be around here. There you go to desktop. For me, it's right here where it says CMD Palworld. That's how I named it. That's what I named it when I was over at Windows and I was using the Pal admin one. And then, as you can see, I got all these other servers up here that has all this history. So for me, I've already done this, so this isn't a problem. But for you, you shouldn't have the issue when you're able to do this. You just click on what you got to click on. It'll say upload, like, say, the, oh yeah, make sure that you actually follow the directions where it says, okay, the saved portion of it. So make sure you stop at that folder, because if you go to anywhere else with that folder, say if you put it on, say if you stop at PAL, it won't work. It has to be specific to those folders where it says PAL and then saved, and then after that it will go ahead and do its thing and put everything in there that you once had into this version. Now, one other thing you also want to make sure you do is you go to install update server. You go to there, and it'll just go ahead and do what it gotta do. If you didn't have Palworld CMD, I think it will do it there for you. But if you haven't, even though I should have explained this at the beginning of the video, if you don't have Steam CMD, I highly recommend you do it. Otherwise, this probably won't matter. One other thing you make sure you do is you install UE4SS, because that's for your mods. I don't know what install Palworld is. In fact, for me, this doesn't even work. So it maybe it's because for me I'm on an AMD GPU. Doesn't matter. But yeah, make sure you download this, install this, and you should be roughly fine. So for me, what it would look like when I go to Palworld admin settings, when you go from here, this is what the stuff you see, like Steam, authentication, enforce, blah, blah. I never mess with that. The auto backup settings, of course, I have the backup stuff on. I need to find the folder for that, actually. And of course, for me, this is the Discord one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this outright honestly. I tried this. Now, the owner of this says that he does not have any plans on making any more updates with this, and that's okay. But I do know this for a fact. I did try this. I did enable the bot and everything. Maybe it's because of me. And I don't know if there's a save button for this. And I'm going to have to, and I know he's going to be looking at this, and I'll just go ahead and say this. If there's a save button for this kind of thing, let me know, because I filled out all that there was. At least I tried the best I could to fill out. I'm going to tell you what I filled out. I filled out the bot token. I filled out the server ID. I filled out the admin role ID. I filled out the channel ID. Now, I don't know what this Archon role is all about. I don't know what the hell this would require. But whatever it is, I filled out mostly all that there was to fill out, and when I did come back to this, nothing saved, not even the bot token. So hopefully he can explain what does he mean by the Archon role ID. What does that need to find there? But for me, this didn't save. Now, if I come up with a way, or if he shows me exactly how to do it, I will gladly make an updated video and show how this goes. But for the time being, when it goes to trying to post it and have the bot come proc off and tell it, okay, the Palworld server's up, for the time being, I'm probably just going to do that manually until he shows me. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, if you had it the way that you had it from, from Windows or whatever, from you transferring over from Windows to Linux, it should be roughly the same way that you had it right before you decided to migrate over. So let me see if I can find the server settings. There you go. This is my stuff right here. This is exactly how I had it when I was on Windows. Okay. Now, if I have to, which I probably am, I have no problem doing this. I will do some editing and start, just in case, I'll start like censoring some shit, like the local IP and the public IP. Obviously, that shit's getting censored. You're not gonna be able to see any of it. Probably along with the password as well. I don't think you're gonna see any of that shit either. That way it'll save me some trouble. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is everything that was there. Literally everything that was there. Whatever that was there when I left it, this is exactly how it went. Now, I don't know about the Archon enabled thing. I believe I did have this on, so I guess by default they're going to have this off on here. Unless I'm able to change it because I'm clicking it multiple times and it's not doing anything. But yeah, everything that was there from when I was in the Pal admin on the Windows side of things, it's just about here. That's how it all works. So you should be able to just start it up and you should be fine. Hopefully. If there's any other issues, definitely let me know. If there's any other issues, I'll try the best I can to help. But as far as I'm concerned, this is roughly fine. Now, if I had to give my pros and cons with this, my pros and cons with this is simple. One, it sucks that this requires my web browser. I understand why this would require my web browser, but this does kind of suck that it has no choice but to be like this. Another thing that sucks, and maybe this is because of the fact that this is a web browser thing, is one thing I sorely miss from the Pal admin Windows side already is the ability to schedule when to turn on and when to turn off the server. So for me, there be days where I will be out, okay, where I would not be on my computer. But I also know there's people that want to get on Palworld and play and have fun. So for me, it's like, okay, the way that I would do this is I would schedule what time when the server is going to go off and what time the server is going to come on. So, I really wish that was a possibility with this. Now, do I wish it was possible for the Windows Power Admin one to come over here? Absolutely. But I definitely am not complaining and not bitching to the fact that we got this. I'm happy that we do have this. But it's just there's definitely certain features that are missing from that particular one, that makes me wish that we had it on here. Because then it'll make the pain less, make it, less of a pain to do. Because it feels like now every time if I want to open up a Palworld server and people want to get on and have fun, I have to do it right before I head out. And the problem is I don't know if I'll be able to turn it off unless I get back late at night. So other than that, that's everything. That's everything. That's all I can really state. If you're having any issues trying to get this to come up and work, I'm all for it. I will gladly help you within the best of my abilities. Till then, everyone, as always, every second and every minute, every hour for me is every second and every minute, every hour. I'm blessed and thankful for you guys. Have yourself a good rest of the day, night, evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will see you, I guess, for the next tutorial. If it ever comes to that point. If I have to put out another tutorial, so be it. I'll do what I can. But till then, stay safe. Don't be a dickhead to your fellow people. Bye.